All right, what is up, everybody? Week 4 of the NFL season kicked off last night between the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. So that means that the Detroit Lions are just a couple days away from taking on the New Orleans Saints at Ford Field. So we're going to break things down real quick, looking at team history, a little bit of their last matchup, a couple things to watch out for, keys to the game, a new segment where we highlight a specific matchup, and we're going to end things off with my prediction. So if you guys do enjoy the content, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. We are nearing our goal of 75 subscribers. Also, make sure you smash that like button. All of your support has been greatly appreciated through the first 3 weeks of the NFL regular season. And without wasting any more time, let's jump right into it. All right, so kicking things off by looking at the Lions-Saints last matchup. It took place on October 15th of 2017. The Saints won that game by a score of 52-38. And then just looking at a couple things that were the difference makers. During the Lions vs. Saints recent matchup, Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara combined for 237 yards from scrimmage. And the Saints' resurgent defense forced 5 turnovers and scored a franchise record 3 times. Detroit was trailing 45-10 before scoring 4 straight touchdowns, which included one on a punt return by Jamal Agnew and another on A'Shawn Robinson's close-range interception near the Saints goal line. However, shortly after, Agnew muffed a punt and barely got it out of the end zone, and soon after, Saints defensive end Cam Jordan got his hands on a Matthew Stafford pass in the end zone to lock it away at 52-38. And looking at the matchup history between these two teams, the two teams have met each other so far for 26 games, including one in the postseason, with the Detroit Lions winning 12 games and the New Orleans Saints winning 13. They've also tied 1 game in their first matchup in 1968. So now we're going to kick things off with just a couple things to watch out for ahead of Sunday's matchup between the Lions and the Saints. Starting off with the Detroit Lions, can the red zone efficiency improve with Kenny Golladay now back in the lineup? Detroit did get the win on Sunday against Arizona, but one area where there's a need for an immediate improvement is in the red zone. So far this season, Detroit scored a touchdown on 6 of their 13 trips. Their red zone efficiency does currently lie at 46%, which ranks them 27th in the NFL. And then will the Lions continue to play more zone defense, or are they going to play more man defense? It was expected on Sunday against the Cardinals that the Lions would play a little bit more zone defense because of Kyler Murray. And according to ESPN stats and information, the Lions played zone defense 44% of the time compared to 17% in week 1 and 18% in week 2. The drastic shift in strategy showed off one crucial thing that we haven't yet seen since Matt Patricia took over the Detroit Lions, and that is the willingness to change. Maybe that level of unpredictability caught both Murray and Kingsbury off guard and forced some of those game-changing mistakes that led to Detroit's first victory. And now shifting our focus over to the New Orleans Saints. Can the Saints fix the team's penalty mistakes? Through 3 games so far this season, the Saints have been called for 24 penalties for 331 yards. However, the biggest issue is the apparent lack of discipline exhibited by the Saints so far this season, especially on defense. They were called for a league high so far 7 pass interferences. If the Saints want to turn this young season around, something's got to change, and it all starts with enforcing technique into the players' heads on defense. And then finally, can Alvin Kamara and the running game continue to succeed? Kamara has hauled in 6 touchdowns in just 3 games this season, which is as many as he had in the entire 2019 campaign, although he was injured last season. He's nothing short of elusive. His balance is unparalleled. He evades flying bodies like no one we've seen before, and he's currently the Saints' top performer with Michael Thomas out with an injury. We don't know if Michael Thomas is going to be in the game on Sunday. If he is, he might not see a whole lot of time because you don't want to risk that factor of re-injuring that ankle. But he might be able to see some playing time. We don't know just yet. We'll find out later this afternoon. But expect Kamara to have a really big game against Detroit, whether it be in the passing game, receiving game, or both. And then jumping over to the keys to the game, get Hockenson and James frequently involved. I'll touch on this a little bit more in a couple minutes, but the Saints defense has really struggled against tight ends. So getting those two guys involved, whether it be blocking for the run game or just in the passing game, will be huge for this Lions offense. And then for defense, the key is to contain Alvin Kamara's impact on the ground. Like I just talked about, he already has 6 touchdowns so far this season through 3 games. He's elusive. He's quick. He's a really good running back altogether. So just being able to contain him could help the Lions succeed moving forward. And then keys for the New Orleans Saints: get consistent pressure on Stafford. This defense has really struggled so far this season. So if Cam Jordan can find himself on Sunday, you can expect him to get a sack or 2. Just somebody needs to step up on this defense to generate enough pressure consistently to get the Lions off focus and get their momentum shifted in a different way. So that would be huge for New Orleans. And then they also have to maximize the possessions given. This offense has kind of struggled in terms of the passing game. They really aren't throwing downfield as often as we'd seen in seasons past. So just maximizing the possessions given, whether it be touchdowns or field goals or just walking away with points in general, would be huge for the Saints because, as I said, they are struggling a little bit with some of their possessions. So if they can minimize the penalties and capitalize on the other team's mistakes. All right, so now shifting over to our new segment. It is a matchup highlight looking at TJ Hockenson and Malcolm Jenkins. And this is going to favor the Detroit Lions. The Saints defense has been unable to defend tight ends the previous 3 weeks of the NFL regular season, and they're currently allowing an average of 97 yards on 9 receptions to opposing tight ends. And according to Pro Football Focus, Malcolm Jenkins will be the primary defender on TJ Hockenson. And while Jenkins leads the Saints in total tackles, Hockenson currently holds a 20% matchup advantage. And with Hockenson gaining Stafford's confidence each game, expect Hockenson to make a significant impact offensively. All right, you guys, we're going to wrap it up here with my prediction for Sunday's matchup. I do have it going in favor of the Detroit Lions by a final score of 24-20. Both of these offenses are very talented. However, their defenses both have some holes in them, and they're not living up to their potential that they could be doing. So I am going to say this is going to be a really close game, but it is going to go in favor of the Detroit Lions, like I said, by a final score of 24-20. So if you guys do enjoy the content, please feel free to smash that like button. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We're nearing our goal, like I mentioned earlier, of 75 subscribers. So let's see if we can hit that mark. And without further ado, I'm going to wrap it up here and say I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.